Hello.
Good morning, everybody. I hope I'm not too late to class this morning. Every one of us, welcome to a new week. I'm believing that your family, yourself, and everyone around you, you are fine. So if that be the case, we give God the glory, first of all, for keeping us alive and for allowing us to witness a brand new week, a new day in this month of June. So we'll be looking at the market together. This is a Raleigh Academy's morning market review, and usually I'm your host on Mondays, right? So I thank God that I'm in your midst today. at least to lead the class, and of course, for all of us to look at what we can do together to make money this market. So from top to bottom of the names I'm seeing, about 43 people in this class, plus or minus. I'm greeting all of you. And of course, for even for those people that will be joining us shortly, maybe they are new to class, maybe they are still connecting their phone, whatever, you guys are welcome eventually when you join. So from the bottom of this list, I'm saying Yusuf, good morning, Yusuf, Yinka, Yemzi, Williams, Edojo, Edochi, Tokwe, Afuye, Luke, Max Angeline. See this name, Max Angeline. Sometimes when I want to call it, my teeth want to come out. Don't mind me. So, and all the top to Ayun Felix, to Wisdom, to Sadiq, to Ekpogo. You guys are many. You guys are welcome. So I don't know why Sadiq is raising up his hand. Maybe you just want to greet me. Sadiq, good morning. But if you want to ask question, you can direct your question to me because you have not started. So you are raising your hand. If it is to greet me, you're welcome. You can raise it, you can put it down. But if it is to ask question already, even while we have not started, well, you can just type your comment to ask the question in the comment section. I'll look at it. But for now, you can put down your hand. So I'm going to be sharing my screen, okay, so that all of us can see what I'm doing. And I hope that my teachings will inspire you to do better today. So without much ado, let me share my screen so that you see what I'm looking at directly. So I'm currently looking at a chart on MT4, and the chart is showing, if you can see it, you can just type yes. So the chart is showing a chart of D40 on 4 hours, right? So, and of course, I have some other couple of instruments listed, for example, GBP CHF on 4 hours, and of course, Euro JPY on daily. Even though on that one I have two sales currently running on negative. If they continue to be like that, I will accept the loss and move on. And of course, Japanese yen, that's USD Japanese yen, currently also looking bearish. I'm going to be looking at what we can do together to salvage it. And of course, GBP JPY, making a statement to be bearish, but not really going bearish, right? So then we'll look at some other instruments on the list. For example, we'll look at Euro USD, we'll look at USD CAD, and some other currency pairs that we can look at today. So if what I'm looking at is not what you want me to look at, you can type it in the comment section for me to look at what you want me to look at. And of course, if the time permits, we'll look at it and so on and so forth. But let's start with what we are looking at right now, which is USD CAD, right? So somebody drop a comment. Let me read it already. Kenny says yes. Oko says good morning. So those are the two people that have dropped message for me. So just like those people have already dropped message, Sadiq, I'm repeating again. If it is the hand you raise, if it is for you to ask question, you can drop it and type a comment, right? Otherwise, we start now. So starting with about 60 people in class is good enough. So you can fire on also with that. So right now we're looking at USD CAD, and of course the USD CAD, even on this screen, is looking very good. Like that for Canadian dollar, it is looking very, very good for Canadian dollar. Now, over the weekend, that's from I think Thursday till Friday, till Saturday, till Sunday, we're already aware. If you're not aware, you are wrong, of the geopolitical tension currently raging in the Middle East between Iran and Israel, right? Who started it? Israel. And of course, is it beneficial to Israel now? No. Is it beneficial to Iran? No. What about the market? How does it affect the market? Okay. Negatively for some indices at the beginning, but right now it's beginning to be good for them. Positively for gold, right? So gold has been very, very good. But if, because what I felt was that Iran was going to reply with a non-stop aggression. Why I say that is because you see, when it comes to Gaza and Israel, right? Gaza assaulted Israel first. They killed about 1,000 people. And of course, Israel vowed to take revenge, and they've been revenging since almost 2 years now. Okay, by October, it will be 2 years. Okay, maybe 1.5 years now. So that revenge that they are revenging has claimed more than about close to maybe 50 something thousand people in Gaza, right? So it means that they have not stopped the offense that's in reply. Okay, 1,000 people died, and now more than 50,000 people have died in the opposite side in retaliation. So Israel is not stopping, right? Now, but this time around, okay, it was Israel that attacked Iran, and Iran promised to revenge with maximum pain. So I felt, seriously, I'm not a prophet of doom. I felt that Iran will reply, with the same measure against Israel, with a non-stop countermeasure, right? Like they'll be coming with barrage of assault, okay, barrage of their weapons, okay, maybe weapon of mass destruction, whatever they call it. Well, surprisingly, they only fired about I think they only fired, according to what I was looking at yesterday, they fired less than 100 of their missiles. Okay, they said it's ballistic missile. And of course, maybe only 2 or 3 eventually hit Israel. Okay, Israel, stopped them. So I felt that they will not stop, that the thing will continue and continue. But they stopped, and then they made a statement that if Israel fired again, okay, that they will continue to do something. Yeah, I felt that they shouldn't have stopped. Okay, but because they stopped, because of that statement that they made, that if Israel fire again, that they will continue with, that there will be no backing, something like that. Okay, it's just like this, right? Um, Permit me to just give you this story, right? Don't worry, it is part of trading. Because some of you say, "I give us what we should do." It's this information I'm giving you is part of why the price is what it is on the chart. For example, this USD card, you can see that the USD card is actually going down in favor of Canadian dollar, right? So I'm just giving you a reason why the price is like that. So eventually, Iran said, me, I felt that if you attack me, like maybe you attack my house, you kill one of my dog, okay, and I see in your house that you have like 200 dogs. So what I'll do is that because you killed one out of my maybe 20 dogs, why don't I go there and kill about 180 or 190 of your dogs? That's what I felt Iran should have done. Okay, but then Iran went back and killed maybe one or two of Israel's dogs, and then they stopped there. In me, I felt that they should have continued, just the way Israel, continue to continue non-stop against Gaza. Up till now, that's still, banning Gaza. Even over the weekend, they still killed some people. I think about 17 people around the IDP camp. So because of that, the Gaza one is still there. But the Iran one is like, in quotes, is going to stop. Okay, because now they said that except Israel now come with again with an assault, that's when they will reply again. So it's as if the thing has stopped. And of course, we'll see how it goes. So because of that, the gold price begins to tank this morning. Okay, as early as 12 midnight, I saw gold price, actually tanking on the chart. Okay, so which means that if you are a fan of gold, you can go over there and do whatever you want to do based on this information I just gave you. Okay. Now, when I say tank on the chart, it means that dropping on the chart, which means that you can go ahead and follow the price as it goes. Now, when it comes to USD card brand, right? So because of what is happening, the price on the chart is not favoring dollar, all right? If you look at Euro USD, you see that it is going up. Okay, you can see it right here. It's currently bullish. Okay, and of course, USD card currently bearish, which means that USD JPY will also be bearish, most likely. So what we can do with this information, if you want to trade Euro USD, USD JPY, and USD card, those three pairs, if you want to trade them, if you like to trade them, this is what you do. Since the price will not favor dollar, most likely today, it will not favor dollar. What you can do is to go ahead and check with, very good indicators that you have on the chart, and see if you can see a glimpse of hope that maybe USDJPY will go down with a signal. Any signal you can see that supports it, then you can follow it. So if I go to 1 hour chart, okay, and I check, because I feel that the price will not favor dollar, right? If I check with any of my templates and see that the price is not going to favor dollar based on signal, I will place a sell. But based on what I have on this USD JPY right now, the price is actually, with the signal it gave us, technically it is bullish. So I would not trade a buy. That's what I would do. That's what I will do, because I know that the price, based on what is happening now, the price is not favoring dollar on the chart on all, even if you look at the dollar index. Let's quickly look at dollar index, all right, so that we have an idea of what I'm trying to say. Indices USD IDX, that's USD index. Okay, so you will see at a glance that dollar index is not really bullish. And as long as dollar index is not bullish, then dollar is not expected to rise on the chart against basket of currencies. Can you see it now? And this 1 hour chart, if you look at the daily bar, okay, you see that the price on dollar index is actually tanking, right? So when I say tanking, it means that it is going down, right? Even on Friday, it gap down and it couldn't really lift that much. So I feel that dollar index is bearish. So it means that dollar may not be strong against basket of currencies today, as of today. That's what I know. So because it is not going to be strong against currencies, nothing can make me buy USD today, at least nothing. So what I would do is that I'll be looking for a way to buy, for example, euro against dollar, for example, Japanese yen against dollar, for example, Canadian dollar against dollar, for example, even pound against dollar. So I'll be looking to buy those ones. Then if I'm looking to buy, for example, euro USD, then what I'll do is to put my chart on an indicator that supports the signal that I'm looking for. I'm looking to buy. So if my signal gives me a buy signal on the chart, I'll place a buy. If it doesn't give me, I will not buy. Okay, so for example, now on this euro USD chart that we're looking at, if you go to 15-minute chart, we can check. So this 15-minute chart is telling us that the price is going to go up, but we have missed it for a bit, right? So we're supposed to have entered at about 1 hour ago to place a buy. So because of that, this is where we should have placed a buy, right? This around this zone is where we should have placed a buy. So what I will do is that I'll wait, since I've already missed the target for me to, the entry is missed already by how many pips? Let's check. With about 14, 15 pips. So because I'm already, behind by 14 pips, I will not place a buy. I'll rather wait. If the price now come back and pick me up at 15 pips apart, then I'll join, the trade. So what you can do, everybody, for Euro USD is that you can place a limit order 15 pips away from the current price. So you check your current price on the chart. Let me write for you. Okay, let me see if I can just write it on the screen so that you can see it. And especially this one will be good for those people that are using phone so that they can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to put it in capital letter. Okay, place a limit order. That's a limit order. Limit buy order at minimum 15 pips way current price. That's what you can do to Euro USD. Okay, so you should place a limit order 15 pips away from the current price. That's what you can do. So, which means that you can put your limit order around, I can just drag this thing. Maybe around here, where I put this line, where I put this price, okay, where I put this information. So you can just go to your chart and check what price would that area be. So you put your chart on 15 minutes. So that's the first thing. You can, if you have a pen now, you can jot down what I'm telling you. So on your 15-minute chart of Euro USD, put a limit order 15 minutes away from the current price. Okay, so it means that if the price eventually drop, okay, on the chart, if the price dropped, which it may do, I'm not saying it will do it, it may just do it. This is for education purpose. So if the price drops to around 15 pips, it should be able to trigger a buy for you. If it does trigger that buy, then you can put your stop loss at maybe at a recent low. Okay, a recent low could be this area. It's a recent low as long as it's below the moving average you're seeing on the screen. Or another recent low is this area. I don't know if I can just double click on this thing and drag it. Another recent low is this area. Hold on. This one. Okay, and that's another recent low. So those are the areas you can put your stop loss, okay, on the chart. Those are the areas you can use for stop loss on the chart. You can use this area, that's around 1.153 area, or around 1.151 area. Those are areas that are good for your stop loss. Okay, that's if it eventually triggers a buy. Or if you are so much in a haste that because I said Euro USD look bullish, and so I need to jump into it, and I will not do it, right? You can just go ahead and place your instant execution and enjoy yourself. Okay, but I will rather wait, because good things come to those who are wait. You can write that one down so that you don't forget it. In trading, good things come to those who are wait. Okay, maybe I can put that one in black and white so that people can be inspired by that statement. Okay, good things come to those who await. Let me type it so that you can see it. Good things come to those who. Okay, so it means that if you are the type that like to wait, okay, that like to be patient, you can make money in this market, because price will eventually come for you. Of course, you can follow it and make money. But that's the way I'm going to trade the USD. Now, the same information I just gave you now is going to be just the reverse order on USD card. For example, if you like to trade USD card, then you should wait for a limit order for sale. Instead of buy, it will now be for sale. So if you look at the chart clearly on USD card, you see that the price is currently tanking. So what you can do is to put the same indicator on the chart, that's the two moving averages, and look for a sell opportunity, maybe around 15 minutes, which of course is actually presenting itself, not exactly, but I think close to what we're looking for right now. So, but what I see here is that the price did not really touch the moving average after the cross, right? So I have a cross around here. I'm going to just click and drag this one back a little bit. Okay. So I have a cross around here. Oh, this is after the cross. Okay, so after this cross, I'm going to just use, instead of line, I will use the spade. I'm going to just drag this one back and see if I can make this one tiny, right? I don't know why this one is not really doing what I wanted to do. So there is a cross around here. There's a cross around this zone. Okay, I'm going to just drag this one. I don't know why the thing is not really dragging to what I want. But we can see that there's a cross right now, right? That's the two moving averages just crossed. So from the instance of this cross on this 15 minutes, I'm waiting for a candle that will return to that cross, or at least touch one of the moving averages. And since I've not seen, then I wait. So what you can also do is, if you must, place limit order on this one also, which will be sell limit order, then you can place it inside of this opening. Okay, that's what you can do. Inside of the opening, you can see that the opening of these two moving averages like inside of this. So you can place your limit order around that zone, which means that you can use between 1.35885 and 1.35915 as your limit order. So you can use any of the prices in between 1.35885 and 1.35995 for your limit order. That means to be your sell limit order. And of course, you can target anything you want. Then your stop loss must be above a recent high. Okay, it will be around this zone. So your stop loss could be around that zone. And your take profit can be anything you want. All right. That is the analysis of USD card. For USD JPY, which is the third one, okay, this one presents a very good opportunity, okay, for a buy. But we are looking to sell, not to buy. Okay, so we mean that you can go on 15 minutes and begin to look for opportunities. Okay, there's a cross down, and of course, if the price now eventually break below this level, then you can sell. Okay, that's when you can sell. This one presents a very good opportunity for sell only when the price return and below 144.025. You can write that one down. So if eventually today, right, because you're looking for a sell, not a buy, if eventually today, Monday, the 16th of June 2025, if the price of USDJPY trade and close on 15 minutes chart below 144.025, you can place a sell. Of course, you can also place a sell stop on this one, and of course, go ahead and do your work. And don't forget to put your stop loss above a recent high, which will be this area, okay, or this area. Yeah, I'm just gonna, you can drag this onto this area. That's very high, but of course, those are the levels you can use your stop loss. I hope this analysis is clear. Now, I'm doing this analysis to teach you that even on your own, all right, you can do a little bit of analysis like this and still be profitable. Okay, you can do your own analysis like this and still be profitable. There's nothing difficult in some of these things. Okay, but for some of us here, like some of us listening to me, I know that you already know some of these little things. You're just looking for a way to, kind of validate your own analysis. So see, okay, I think I've analyzed this one based on this on my phone, but I need to validate. I need to be sure that what I'm doing is correct. So if you have been following this, my teaching, you have been using the same analysis, the same strategy, by now you should have been, very good, right? And of course, if the price doesn't go your way, don't forget you can always use stop loss or close your trade prematurely, right? So let me go to comment section and read what the Pepsi is saying. Pepsi says my audio is going on and off. Is it the same with everybody? Wisdom, what have you got to say to that? You are actually asking me about GBPJPY because you have been on a sell trade since Friday, since the market won't be in favor of the dollar today. Okay, so Arubi says gold next. Well, Arubi, I think I already talked about gold. Okay, I said gold was tanking and that you could take advantage of that. I think I mentioned it clearly. Yeah, right. So you could take advantage of that. So I may, except if I have time, I may not look at gold, right? So, and of course, wisdom is now saying my audio is clear. Okay, so wisdom, thank you. So if my audio is not clear, Ekpemsi, you need to look at your audio also, okay? Because at least people can hear me clearly. Now, let's look at GBPJPY. Wisdom said he's been on a sell since Friday, but that the price was not going on his favor. Now, what I see on this USD CHF is that there's a signal for the price to drop. And if you're on a sell, you may hold on for a bit, only a bit. Okay, so let's look at 4 hours so that we can look at what your stop loss could be. So your stop loss could be around this area. Maybe you should set one right now. Okay, you have been on the sell since Friday, and this is the maximum that we have seen. This is like a ceiling. So I think you should just hold on because the price is at a ceiling. Okay. You may not close your trade. You may just wait. If your account can still sustain it, if your lot size is not too big, your account should be able to sustain the drawdown. Now, if your account is not able to sustain it, better close your trade and move on. This is a serious one because you're already on a trade. But if your account can sustain it, you may just wait because the signal on this chart reads that price could drop. Now, if the price can drop, you can eventually, return to profit and move on. Okay, especially when your lot is not too big to be able to, hold for your equity to be able to hold the trade. Now, but if your equity is not going to hold it, you can just terminate the trade. Okay, you can always make the money back on another, on another instrument or another trade in the future. But this is like the price is currently close to a ceiling or around the ceiling on this chart. So the price can actually go down. Let's look at 1 hour to see if there's an idea. Okay, the price is still raging strong on 1 hour. 30 minutes, the price is giving signal to go bearish, but it's not following. And of course, 15 minutes, the price is giving signal to go up. And of course, 5 minutes, the price is giving signal to go up. So there's a signal on daily and 4 hours for the price to drop. But all small time frames, starting from 1 hour, says otherwise. And because of this issue, you might just need to, close your trade. Okay, I suggest you should do that. Or you use stop loss at above 106,480. This information is for wisdom and to any other person that it may be relevant to, right? So because the price is strong on the smaller time frame, starting from 1 hour to 1 minute. But from from D1 and H4, the price is actually looking bearish. Okay, so which means that the price may not go up. So now, if your account is able to sustain the drawdown, leave your trade because the 4 hours and daily charts are actually very dominant on this chart. And of course, if the price is going to drop, it's going to drop massively in favor of your trade. Eventually, based on the information of those two. But if they continue to allow the smaller time frame starting from 1 hour to dominate, then your stop loss may be hit, and of course your drawdown may be too high. But if it is nothing, you can just leave your trade. That's what I'll tell you, wisdom. I hope you have gotten some wisdom on this conversation. Now let's go to Euro JPY. Now I have a trade on Euro JPY, and it was a profit, I think, on Friday, but I failed to close my trade because I was busy. I didn't even look at my trade. So based on this information, Euro JPY has been very strong. So I may just terminate the trade even this morning. Let me look at it, whether I can terminate it even now. Okay, so because the thing is really giving me a lot of issues, so I'm currently on drawdown of about 55K. So I may just terminate the trade. I'll just terminate the two of them, okay, and I'll still be good, okay, because I actually made some money on Friday, so it's okay for me to let me look at it. So in a recent time, I've not really lost money like this. In recent, I've been profitable. So, but on Friday, I was actually profitable on DAX. I was profitable on DAX. I was profitable on NASDAQ. So the profit is more than enough to cover for my loss right now. But I think I'm good, okay? I think I'm good. I was actually hoping to push the money to about 1 million so that I can withdraw 500K on the maybe this month of June. But it can still happen, right? Because I can see, see opportunities to push my money to that level. But I'm holding on to USD cards, okay? Even though I know that the price could go down, but I know that eventually dollar may recover. The dollar index may just, give us a clue as to what to do. Because right now the price is at a support, okay, of this dollar index. I may use an indicator to show you that. I'm just going to use this one. Okay, oh, okay, so we still have room to go. So dollar index may tank to around 95.066. Okay, so but if it turns to that level, then I expect dollar to begin to be very strong, okay, on this chart. That until then, I'm still going to just hold on to this USD card. Now for GBP, I think I've analyzed it. USDPY done, Euro JPY done, and of course GBP still strong, right? So for this GBP let's see if we can just place a trade today. On GBP the price is actually giving us a vibe, okay, to go long. What we can do is I'm going to just do limit order on this one straight away. Okay, I'm going to do limit order around this level. I believe that this price will rise, okay, for GBPY. So I'm waiting for a limit order at around 1.1 or 1.10080. That's what I'm doing. Okay, I want to buy, but I don't want to buy yet. I want the price to drop a little bit before I join the buy. That's what I want to do. So GBPHF may actually give me money today if the price returns to the level where I'm waiting on the trap. For which other one now? Let me check the comment section to see if somebody dropped something for me to look at. Okay, let me look at Wisdom's comment. Take his account 777 hold the trade of 0.04. Well, it should be because your lot is still micro. That's about 4 micro lots. So you should be able to do that. Okay, but if your drawdown is not too large right now, you can just terminate the trade so that it doesn't go haywire. Okay, because your drawdown should not be more than 77,000. If your drawdown, because your account is 700 something thousand, your drawdown should not be more than 10% of your equity. So if your drawdown is not exceeding 77,000, you can leave it. Okay, you can just leave your trade. That means you are fine. Or you can use stop loss at another level and be fine. So it will be that even if you're going to lose, you're only losing 10% of your account. I think that makes sense, right? So, or maybe maximum 150K. That means if you are doing 20% of your account. Now, Arubi said gold. I think I've looked at gold already. Brown, Abiola says Biodo is clear. Thank you, Brown. So I'm looking at the comment section now. You want to drop something for me to look at? Go ahead and drop it. Then I'll look at it. Now, let's look at some other things like maybe what I feel is that uh, uh, let's check. Let's check with some of these Euronet indices. For example, I feel that because I has not been on FRE40 for a while, and based on what I'm hearing, FRE40 may just present a very good opportunity this week, right? So FRE40, instead of all those NASDAQ and the rest of them, may present a very, very cool opportunity this week. Okay, and of course, because the price has actually gapped down today, and because the Israeli, what do you call it now? Israeli-Iranian or the Iranian-Israeli conflict is beginning to abate, you might want to jump into a buy on this one, okay? Because the price actually looks good to cover this hole. Okay, so what you can do is to actually place an instant execution if you like on FRA40. So all you need to do is to look at your chart and look for FRA40, and then you can put some indicators on your chart to tell you when to buy and when to sell. Top among them will be this one, especially for those people that are using phone. So what you need to do is to go to M15 and check if you have two green bars, okay, that will close successfully around and above this line on the chart, which is a 50-period exponential moving average. So if you have it, you can just place a buy. Otherwise, you can use the second one, which will be this other template. A little bit advanced, but for those people that know how to use it, this one is also very good. So all you can do is to now wait on the limit order, just like you are waiting for the other one. So the limit order on this one will also be ideal, okay, on FRA40. So FRA40 will just be what you are looking for. That will just, make a lot of money for you. So that's what I will encourage for you to do. So you can just check FRA40 and look for positivity around it. Of course, make money on it. And of course, let me check the comment section. Maybe somebody else want me to look at something different. Let me look at what other people are saying. Wisdom says, okay, I've read Wisdom's comment. Oku Agnes. Good morning to you too. Deyemi, he said I should look at wheat. Good. So let's go ahead and look at wheat. That's for Deyemi. And then Pastor Luke. Pastor Luke, how are you? It's your name. Look like biblical name. There's Luke in the Bible. Is it the Luke of the Bible? Are you a descendant of Luke? I think Luke was a prophet, right? Luke, I don't know. Guys, it's one of the followers of Jesus that time. So I think it must be a descendant of Luke. You're welcome. So I'll look at what you want me to look at eventually. Now, let's look at wheat very fast. I'm going to go to here and look for wheat. So wheat price was a little bit of gap up this morning, and then let's check with this one and adjust. What date is this one? Let me check. 13. So I don't think wheat price has already opened. Oh, let me check. 16. 06/25, 0905. I think wheat just opened this morning. I think so. Let me check that. Let me do Control Y. I don't know why this one is not giving me what I want. So the wheat opened today with a bearish bar. Then this should be the first bar today. It's currently tanking, right? So it means that the geopolitical tension may be over, and of course, wheat may cover this gap. So if you're interested in trading wheat, right? And for everybody that is listening, I think sell may be ideal on wheat. Sell may be ideal based on what I'm saying, but we can just check with some indicators so that we don't just assume, because I like to trade what I see. I like to trade what the price is saying, okay, on the chart. I don't want to assume. So, but it may not be. It could just be that this price is looking for a support, okay? It could just be that this price is looking for a support. It may be bullish. So, but what you can do is to wait and see if the price will touch this moving average 50 at around 533.25. Now, if it does get to around 533.25 without a positive reaction, and of course, if it begins to break below 533.25, then you can continue to place a sell. You can do instant execution sell on the chart if the price crosses below this area. Okay, you can continue to place a sell and enjoy yourself. But if the price give a positive vibe, for example, if the price touches this 533.15 or 25 and return with a bullish bar, my brother, you can just place a buy. It means that wheat price will go up. I think you can just do that. So all you need to do is to look at your chart today, and on 1 hour chart, put your chart on 1 hour and watch what the price will do at around 533.15. Let me check the comment section again to see what people are saying. Pastor Luke says, Okay, he's just greeting me. You see, Pastor Luke is a descendant of Luke in description. And Philip Ebulua, what he's saying, says I should analyze NASDAQ. But I tell you what, Philip, I think FRA 40 presents a better opportunity than NASDAQ. So I think you should do FRA 40. That's what I think. Okay, so that means you should analyze FRA 40 and trade around FRA 40. Okay, so let me look at what other charts are saying. Let's check with AUDJPY. That could be an icebreaker, right? So I'm going to go with this strategy this morning to check what the price is doing. This one presents a very good opportunity for us to trade. So I'm going to do an instant execution on this one, most likely going to do an instant execution. But let me check before I do that. Let me check with this template to see what the price is saying on D1. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with a buy on AUDJPY. I think I'm going to go with a buy. So I'm going to do new order. This will be the first instrument that I'll be placing an instant execution on today. The other ones I did limit orders. Okay, buy limit and sell limit. I think so. So I'm doing instant execution on AUDJPY because I believe that it presents a better opportunity for me to trade, especially on 1 hour. Okay, so that's why I'm doing instant execution on AUDJPY, and I'm going to go with another one. If I must use stop loss, don't forget that I recommend stop loss. Stop loss could be around this level, that's below a recent low. And of course, a take profit could be anywhere I want. Okay, eventually I can terminate my trade as I wish. And then I can go ahead and check some. You can see now that some other instrument that we are not even thinking of presents a better opportunity to trade. Okay, instead of looking for gold or NASDAQ or whatever. Okay, there are some instruments on the chart that are better than some of those things you are looking for. Okay, so I'm going to look at another instrument now. Maybe, for example, let's check this one. Maybe you can see AUD card, AUD, GBP. I think we have looked at that. So let's look at AUD card. Okay, AUD card is showing, except that maybe I check with some of these indicators. Hold on, let me check with this one. Okay, strong from the bottom, and of course, let's check with this one. Okay, also proving strong. But let's look at H4. Okay, so on the H4 front, there's a range engulfing from the bottom. And if we check with 21, not yet there, we check with bar crossing. Okay, okay, that's very good. So I think I'm going to also go with a buy on AUD card. I'm going to go with buy on this one also. I think it presents a better opportunity for me to trade. Okay, I'm going to go with finally to check this one. Okay, so the price is just leaving a support area of 4 hours on AUDJPY. Price is just leaving the support area. So meaning that the price can still go up. Okay, I'm going to check with another indicator now, which will be this one. This one. Okay, so the price is also giving a positive vibe to push for that. So also on this one, I'm going to click on new order and I will click on instant execution to buy because the price is giving me all indicators is pointing to the upside on AUD card and AUDJPY. Okay, so because of that, I'm going to be trading those two on instant execution only. And because I've traded instant execution, I should use stop loss. It's normal for me to use stop loss. Okay, so if you are following me, you can follow. Remember this is for education purpose. So you might want to use stop loss where appropriate, and of course, watch your trade as we move on. So, but those are the two trades that I see that give me a positive vibe, like a very positive vibe for me to trade instant execution on. So I'm trading two instruments this morning on instant execution, which is AUDJPY and AUD card. Buy on those two. I place a buy on those two. and I use stop loss appropriately. So it may not be okay for you to do it. This may not be what you want. Okay, if it's what you want, you can follow. If it is not what you want, you can just stay off. Then I also did GBPCHF, a limit order for buy, and FRA40, a limit order for buy. And of course, I also told you that if you want to do a trade of USD card, all you need to do is to wait for the price to retrace to some areas, then you place a sell. And then I also told you that for gold, for those people that were asking, I told you that gold price is currently tanking because of what the war is currently, resulting to in the Middle East. Okay, it's like see the tension is beginning to drop on those two. Because of that, gold price should a little bit give some, lift some steam and give us some steam, okay, without actually burning that much to the upside. Okay, so plus or minus, I've been able to look at a lot of instruments this morning, maybe about 10 or more. Then what I can also do is to check with some other instrument before we close, because we still have a little bit of 10 minutes or more to look at something. So I'm going to just now go to maybe what I've not looked at, okay, in a while. Let's try, I think I've looked at Euro CHF, I think so. But let's try AUD USD. Okay, let's look for AUD USD since I've not looked at it for a while. AUD has been very strong to the upside. Okay, a very strong and formidable, instrument against dollar, especially. Okay, so because I've been looking at what AUD has been doing against dollar, especially on the daily bar. If you look at the daily bar, you will see that the price has refused to back down for dollar. Okay, and it's trading narrowly. Okay, on the positive side. Okay, so a trend line would be a very good opportunity for this one. If you want to really make money on AUD USD, this is time for you to set your trap. Okay, one of such trap is to use. I'm going to just go to. There's one indicator I used to have that I use once in a while. Then I'm going to look for it. Hold on. Wait, wait, wait. Break trend. Can't really find it. I can't really find it, but I think I can use my hand to draw what I want. Okay, so I'm going to come here. In your presence, I will do a little bit of this. Then, in your presence, I'm going to do a trend line. So this is how you can use trend line to make money on AUD, USD. Okay, the price, because the price presents a very good opportunity now for you to set your trap. Eventually, the price will break, and when it breaks, it's going to move very fast. So what you can do is to plot a trend line like so. I'm going to use the ray option so that without me arguing, the trend line will do what it's supposed to do. Then I'll adjust the trend line to fit what I want. Okay, just watch as I draw my trend line like so. Then I'm going to double this trend line because I don't want to draw another one. I'll just double it to the upside. Okay. I'm going to delete this one eventually. Let's just delete this one. So I'm going to now adjust this upper one to fit my purpose. Okay, I think this is good enough. It's good enough. So you can see at a glance that this price, let me close this one so that it doesn't disturb anybody. You can see at a glance that this price, the majority of the candles or the bars are in between these two lines. Okay, the majority in recent time. So yeah, there are some volatility areas, especially this big volatility period, which is okay. Okay, it's normal, right? In trading, you see that. So what we want to see is for the price to actually do something close to what you are seeing. Let me duplicate this one and show you something. Okay, so there are some volatilities like these ones, which is normal. There are some like these ones, which is normal. There are some like all these ones, all these small ones, which is normal. Okay, those are normal ones. But the majority of the candles are in between the trend lines. So eventually, this price will break out because since all this volatility period, the price has not really broken out. So this price will break out eventually. And of course, whether it's going to break to the upside or downside, we are not sure. But it's currently trading on a very positive band, like an elevation. Okay, the trend line is elevated, but I feel like the price will break down. That's what I feel, because eventually, if it breaks down, it's going to go mad to the downside. So what you can do is to go to H4 and finally maybe H1 and be looking for opportunities around these ones. Okay, so because eventually the price will break. If it breaks, you can trade. Okay, so you now eventually you can also plot some, you can plot some maybe indicators inside. For example, maybe moving average. That's what you can do on your chart. Okay, so you first of all plot a moving average like maybe 21 exponential, and then you plot the second one, which will be 50, maybe simple. Okay, 50, and then make it simple, and then you are waiting for the break. Okay, because eventually it will break. So if it breaks down, for example, if it breaks below the line on this 1 hour, okay, if it trade below the line, if it trade below this line, right, on this 1 hour, what you now check is if the indicator, that's this moving average. Oh, sorry, I should have just used this moving average for the black color. So if the red cross below the black and the price currently trading below the line, then you can trade a sell. If the red crosses above the black and the price is trading above the line or the trend line, okay, you can place a buy. So those are the instances you can do that can generate money for even in 1 hour, okay. But as of now, the prices you can see, even if you are doing the moving average cross, you will not make money. As long as the price is inside of this band, you will not make money because the price is currently ranging in the band, okay, in the band. And of course, it's ranging to the upside. So you can use that. Alternatively, if you don't want to use this one, you can also use Bollinger Band. That's another very good indicator you can use in this instance, which is also a trend indicator. We can use Bollinger Band default and check. So if you are now beginning to see when the price gets to, if you want to trade in between the band, you trade around the upper band when the price, sorry, upper line when the upper band is around there, or lower line when the price is around there. But if eventually the price now break down, okay, finally, if you are waiting for the break outside of the band or outside of this trend line, okay, what you can do is to wait until the price returns to the upper band below the line. So if the price is currently trading below this trend line and you see the price trade around upper band, it means that the price has reached elastic limit around the lower line, then you can place a sell. I'm telling you, you make a lot of money. But eventually, AUD will break out. So as of now, if you want to trade, AUD is not one of those instruments I would advise you to trade because it's currently not trending. It is currently ranging on the band. I hope this is clear enough. I'll read the comment section now to see what people are saying. Afuye says, your first time here, you must say, he said he must say that I'm a fantastic teacher and a super trader. Thank you very much, Samson Afuye. I don't know the meaning of, I don't want to say I know the meaning of Samson. It's in the scripture, but you see that Afuye is something that I don't know if it is Yoruba, it means that something that is not heavy. In my own dialect, it means that something that is not heavy, right? Okay, but I believe that you are heavy because Samson was very heavy according to this. We read the description. But your son contradict your normally. Now joke I did, right? So I hope you cut the joke, right? So I don't think I've seen your name before, but even if I've seen it, like you said it's your first time here. So you're welcome to this particular discussion. And I want to thank everybody that been part of this conversation. And of course, you have been able to learn one or two things technically on the chat. And also you have been able to listen to my conversation around the Middle East geopolitical tension. And I hope that with these informations, you'll be able to make a better judgment today when it comes to trading. And of course, if you follow me on the AUDJPY trade, congratulations. If you follow me on the AUD card trade, congratulations, because eventually, if the price doesn't go up, it will go down. Of course, we have a stop loss in place. If the price goes against us, and to be fine eventually, because that's the whole essence of trading. The whole essence of trading is to make money. So eventually, Euro USD, I'm still waiting for it to return and give me a vibe to buy. Okay, that's what I'm waiting for around here, right? That's what I'm waiting for. I'm going to just delete this line. I don't need it because I'm waiting for the price to return to this level for it to give me what I want. Okay. And of course, for USD card, I'm also waiting for the price to push up and give me what I want. Okay, then I'll sell. Okay, and of course, I'll continue to follow this opening closely to see what the price will be. Okay, and of course, for USB index, I expect it to get to this support. They give me a vibe for me to place the buy. All right, so thank you very much, everybody. Maybe one person will raise his hand and ask me a question related to what I just analyzed on the chat. I'll be happy to welcome the person before we close in 2 minutes. You want to ask me a question directly related to what we just discussed on the chat, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can call it a day. Of course, we'll meet tomorrow, 8 o'clock on the same channel. Remember, if you missed something that I just discussed, you can go to YouTube and watch this video again on YouTube on our channel. There will be, at least you can understand it. You'll be able to understand it better. Then Yusuf raised his hand. Let's hear from Yusuf. Okay. So Yusuf, unmute yourself and talk to me. Just one question. Okay, and of course we close. Yusuf, what's up?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Good morning. Please, I've been trying to chat to ask question on D40 to help me check, but I couldn't chat. It was showing disabled. I don't know why. So that's
Well,
why
I don't know why. I don't know why. It's okay. You can send me a direct question. You can just click on my name and send me a direct question. Maybe that will be better. But for D40, you asked for D40 gap down this morning. Okay, and yeah, even on Friday, and it's not been able to recover. Okay, it's not been able to recover. So as of now, it is currently pushing forward and challenging the first moving average it sees on 1 hour, which is the 50-period moving average, which is a formidable, resistance at the moment because the moving average has been resisting the price for a while. We could see it from here down that it's been resisting the price. That means it doesn't allow the price to cross and go up. Okay. So this moving average 50 period is what you need to plot now on your maybe 1 hour time frame and see if eventually the price will cross it. So all you need to do is you go to your 1 hour time frame, that's H1, and see if your candle or a candle will close above the moving average. Now, depending on the circumstances around the close above it, you can place a buy. Otherwise, you still go with the sell. I think that's all. This is a very simple, straightforward thing. So you look at the past to guess the future. The past has said that the D40 is very weak against the 50-period moving average. So if you are using phone, Abdulkadri, plot 50-period moving average on your chart on your phone. Could be any color you want. Make it simple. Okay, that's a simple method. And be waiting for the price to close around it or above it. If it closes above it, it means that this 40 is now ready to climb to the upside. If it doesn't close above it, you stay off. Of course, you wait until it does that. Or otherwise, you can now begin to sell around it. It will give you a bearish engulfing back. Very much. Because that will be all, right? Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. Because I will see you on top. Same time tomorrow. Now, don't forget that those people that are new here, that still don't understand how to trade, you could, wait till around 10 o'clock this morning and join our, CFTV class. Okay, a teacher or a tutor will be waiting to teach you guys on what to do and how to trade. Until then, bye-bye for now.